and chatters. Yay for painting day. I am excited because it's my favorite time. Kids are off to school and we're gonna paint. So here's our blank canvas. So we are gonna paint something that somebody requested today. Bonnie requested this. Yay, hey Bonnie. And we're gonna paint it. It is the tree with your initials carved in it. So a super fun one. You can paint that for Valentine's. You can put it out all year long. It'll be fun. So get out your supplies. Let's get ready to do this. Hey, quick recap on supplies. Some of you might not know what they are yet, so I'm going to explain those real fast. You'll need 3 sets of brushes. All right, 1 set, 3 kinds. A large flat brush, a medium flat brush, and a round, thin, little skinny brush is usually what you need for my paintings. You'll need your water, a cup of water, a paper towel, fold it up nicely, a paper plate or some kind of palette to put your paint on, and whatever you're painting on, okay? Also, you'll need the colors, and for this painting, we are going to use a red, a black, a dark gray, a light gray, a cream color, a gray, and a white. Can you guys see those? There they are, close up, okay? 2 colors, a gray, 1 white, 1 red, black, and kind of an ivory color, which I don't use very often. Bonnie, this one's for you. Thanks for your request. Okay, you guys, start your palettes out with a lot of this light gray and a little bit of this darker gray. Get your biggest brush, wet it a little bit, damp it off on your paper towel. Start with your gray, light gray, and you're gonna kind of just make paintbrush strokes all over your canvas, mostly on this side and a little bit on this side. Okay, and add a little bit of dark gray into that too, to give it some texture. Okay, so start with the light gray, add a little dark gray, and you'll start seeing some fun paintbrush stroke texture coming on there. And basically you just cover this. You don't have to get in right here because that's where your tree will be. Cover that. I'm getting a lot of light gray back on my brush again. All over this canvas, go back and forth, this way, up and down, this way, anywhere, just to make some fun paintbrush strokes. Okay, and you want the paintbrush strokes to show up. Make sure you're getting your tops around the edges and around the sides because then it will look so finished when you're done. And you won't have to frame it. It'll sit out real nice for you. Okay, and your bottom too. Get your bottom too. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of dark gray right along the edge here, just to make sure that that's going to pop out when I put the tree right there. Okay, so I'm taking that down pretty much the whole edge of this side, some darker, and then just kind of brushing it into my lighter gray. Okay, and that is that side. Isn't that fun? Pretty, right? Then you just do the same thing on the side, just a little bit of gray. Start out with your light color, cover the whole thing. Obviously your tree will be a little bit bigger than this, but you don't have to worry about covering that spot because we'll cover it here in a minute. Okay, get all that light fun gray on there all over the place. Down your sides the same as before, and then add a little bit of the darker gray right to the edge of it here to give it some depth right where the tree's gonna hang out. Okay, don't be afraid of those paintbrush strokes on the side there because they look cool. You want it to be kind of strokey. Okay, make sure you get all that down on the sides and around the bottom and the top, and then you need to let this dry really good before we go on. First step. Okay guys, it's been dried quickly with my secret weapon, aka blow dryer. Anyway, we're ready to go on. So what we're gonna do is get a little bit of white on our palette now. White down there. Get your big brush again. Make sure it's rinsed out with all that gray and dried off a little bit. Still damp, but mostly dry. Then you're gonna come down this way and you're gonna start forming your tree. Okay, so whatever shape you want your tree to be, it's gonna be wiggly, bumpy, whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect because trees are not perfect. And I've told you guys that a million times. Thank goodness that trees are not perfect. Makes them easy to paint. You mess up, oh well, that's how it is in nature. Okay, you'll see some of the gray coming through, and that's totally cool. Okay, not sure how wide I want to make this. I've got a little tiny canvas here that I'm painting this on, so I'm going to make it just a little smaller here, like this. But you guys can make this humongous. I'll show you in the end my big painting so you can see how big I made this. Anyway, so just kind of give yourself a good tree shape. Make sure you're wrapping it around the top and around the bottom. I think I'll go just a smidge bigger. Make a bump or two. You don't want it to be perfect. Okay, there you go. Now make sure you get it a little bit wider at the bottom than it is at the top, just so it looks like a tree. You know, trees are always a little bit wider at the bottom than the top. We're gonna give it a little branch. I'm gonna bring my branch come off like right about here. So I'm just gonna start in on the white, and I'm gonna kind of take my brush, or my, you know what, I always cover. I'm sorry, I cover, you can't see. I'm gonna start here, and then I'm gonna take my brush, and as I go, I'm gonna turn my brush, and it will get smaller and skinnier for me as I go off. See how I did that? Start with a flat brush and turn it as you go, and it will make it for a smaller branch for you. Okay, that's what I've done for that. And then I'm going to put a branch kind of up here in the side corner too, coming out from this way, and it just kind of comes up around like that. You can choose as many branches as you want to on this. I kind of wanted to put the branches at the top of mine. So you decide how many branches. That's the beauty of painting your own. You get to decide. And that's my branches. Okay, okay, we're ready to go again. Woohoo. Okay, so you guys, dry. I'm gonna move to my middle brush only because my tree is small. If you're doing a humongous tree, stay with your big brush, okay, for this part, but I'm doing the middle. I'm gonna add one more color to my palette, which is the cream color, and these are the 3 colors, or 4 colors you're gonna want to decorate this tree with, okay? So here's a little bit of what you're gonna do. You're gonna take this brush, get it wet, dry it off a little bit on your towel, so it's a little bit damp, okay? You want a little bit damp brush. Dip your brush in 2 colors. So I'm gonna do this light and dark gray, one on each side, a corner with light gray, a corner with dark gray. Can you see that? Can you see that? And we're gonna start over here. Lay your brush flat on the edge of that and just drag it over. Reload, okay? And you want that to kind of go to a point. So just drag it and pull it off. Start here, drag it up. Drag it up. It can be bumpy and wiggly. It does not have to be perfect, okay? See how fun that is? And then you can do a little bit of each. Like, you don't have to always do the grays. Add a little bit of white, or that creamy color. A little bit of the light gray on this time for this load, and come right into the middle there and do that right there. Isn't that fun? You're just pulling them over. You can make them as long or as short as you want to. Add a little bit of water to get rid of the texture of the canvas if you want to do that. Okay, and also if it's not quite working for you the way that you like it, you can take it, put it on your canvas, or load your brush up the same way, and as you're going, kind of just twist it again. Twist your brush. Go long and twist. Long and twist if you're not getting the look of the dragged off bark. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, you go all the way up the tree. Same thing all the way up. Mixing matching colors. You can put a little bit of white in there too if you want to. Okay, white and gray. All the way up. All the way. Go over it. Go over parts again and again so that you get some texture. Well, that one's really dark, but that's okay. That is fun. That's a darker part of the tree. Sometimes I kind of brush the edge of it too, a little bit like that, and brush it over. Just play with it until you think it's cool. Okay, I'm gonna unload my brush here for a second, or clean it, unload it, and I'm gonna come in here with a little bit of this lighter, right in here, to kind of lighten that up a little bit. And I can also come in with some white and lighten that up a little bit here in a minute after it's dry. Okay, I'm doing that all the way up the tree. If it gets a little too strong on color, you can always put white right back on it, okay? So I'm gonna go there, keep going. You guys keep going. I'll finish off there and I'll show you what to do next. How's your guys looking? This is what mine's looking like so far. Okay, on this side, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna pull in a lot more white with the color on this side, okay? So whatever color you're gonna put in there, just add a lot more white to it. Okay, always load with a half a brush of white this time. You can do gray and a little bit of white, or cream and a little bit of white. Okay, so this side's a lot lighter because it's facing the light source, whatever, facing that, whatever. Okay, so you go all the way up this side, same way, just more white on this side, a little bit lighter on this side. If you go kind of out of your bounds right there, like say I go a little bit out like that, just come in and kind of just clean it up a little bit by fixing it and making it go into the next. Okay, like that. Go all the way up that side. Okay, that side's all done. If you're wanting to just get a little bit of texture in the middle, just kind of take your paintbrush on its sharp edge add some small lines right through the middle of your tree. Okay, just on this sharp chisel edge of your brush, just to give it some lineage in there. Okay, to make it look like a little bit more texture. Okay, now I also did, like in my big one, I did a part where the tree kind of came in a little bit, so I made a line like this and drug it from there as well to give it some fun depth of the tree a little bit more. So you can always add a few of those in there too. Just do the same thing, load up your brush the same way we were doing before. Draw a little line down first, drag out some stuff from there. It makes it give the bark a little bit more roundish. It looks like it's a little bit more, I don't know, what would you say, real? So just do a little line of those here and there to kind of give it some, I don't know, some personality, right? Yeah. There you go. A little bit more of a line right in the middle of the tree places. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to do these, which is really fun. This one's going to be behind, this branch is behind the tree. So I'll just do it the exact same way I was doing the branch or the trunk. Just start with a little bit of mixture colors. Drag them in. Oh, I need a little bit of water. See how that picks up that canvas texture? You don't want that. So add a little bit of water when that's happening. Okay. And just do the same thing where you give it a little bit of texture all the way up and around. Then you'll go to this on the bottom and do the same thing. Just mix your colors on your paintbrush, like the two colors together. Let me go this way so you can see. And we'll just kind of give it this way as well. Okay, going all the way down the branch, just like we were before. Now, if it looks funny, just kind of connect them a little bit by lining it a little bit and then pulling it down. Okay, line it a little bit and pull it down. All the way off. Line it a little bit, pull it up. Line it a little bit. Can you see that? Pull it up. Okay. And same with this one. We're just going to pull, oh, sorry, my hand's in the way. Pull it up into this guy. And you know what? I'm liking a little bit of dark gray in this. So I'm going to bring this down. Line it a little bit and pull it down. Okay, so that's your brush right there. Or your branch. Your brush. And that is one that will be behind the tree. Okay, it kind of sits behind right there. And I'm going to actually give it a little bit of a shadow because it's behind. So I'm going to get dark gray on one corner of my brush. And I'm just going to pretty much line the edge of my tree with that dark gray and kind of bring it out in spots. Okay, so that gives it the illusion of it being tucked behind the tree a little bit more. Okay, just that little bit of a shadow. That's your branch behind. Now I'm going to show you how to do a branch in front. Okay, take your brush, load it the same way. A little bit of white, a little bit of gray on this branch. And we're going to bring it in to about here. And we're going to kind of create this C shape with that. I'll load my brush again. We're creating this C like this. Load your brush again, come into the next part. And what you're doing is creating it to look like the branch is sitting right on top of your tree. Isn't that cool how that works and does that? So, a little bit of brown in there. You can even make it go further into the tree. Let's make it go a little bit further into the tree. See how it sits right there? Make it a little bit bigger that way. Take your branches, do the exact same thing with them after that. You just kind of pull from both sides a mixture of color. Kind of line it a little bit, pull it. And voila! Okay? Voila! You got this branch on the inside of your tree. Or a branch that comes out from this branch sits on top of the tree. That branch sits behind the tree. If you're doing a variety of branches, you can do another one here that's kind of on top. However you want to do it, okay? That's on top and a behind, just to kind of show you how to do those. Okay, you guys ready for the next part? Let's let that dry really good. And I'll show you how to do these leaves. Okay guys, I chose red leaves because Valentine's Day, right? And kind of a fun romantic little thing. And they kind of go into hearts, some of these leaves. So I thought red would be fun. But if you want this up all the time, you know, do a leaf that matches your decor. Turquoise leaf is totally cool. And a green leaf is regular. So any of those would be fun, but I'm doing red. Get your medium brush, a little bit wet. a little bit damp. And we're just going to create some leaves. Some of them will come off of the canvas. Okay, you're going to want to have leaves that are off, so it looks like they're wrapping around and being more natural. But it's just, this one's just a triangle up here at the top. Just make a little triangle that hangs down. Okay, and I'm going to make one that kind of comes to the side of that. And once they're coming off, you can kind of round them at the top to make it look like your leaf here. Okay, there's two of my leaves. Now let me show you how to do a leaf down in here. I'm going to make it kind of look like a rounded bum, and it comes to a point like that. Okay, easy, 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 easy. I'm doing up here. Can you guys all see that? Rounded bum comes to a point. Okay, it's a leaf, and these leaves are kind of falling off the tree. There's a rounded one. Like this, and this one is so much fun because it turns into a heart. Here, I'll show you just a second. There's the rounded leaf. Do the exact same thing on the opposite side. There's your leaf that turns into a heart. Do you guys see how fun that is? Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I love it. There's your two leaves together. Let's do another one here. Just kind of copying my biggest painting. You guys can see this one on Etsy to see it a little bit more clearly if you want to get on there and check it out. Let's do another couple leaves right here. One down here. Can you see that? My hand in the way. And right here. Give us some cute little falling love leaves. And I think I'm going to put one up in here. Let's do... Okay. All right. That's how I decide where to put things. Okay, like that. Okay, you can put as many leaves on there as your little heart desires. That's as much as I'm going to do. So let those dry for a minute, and then I'll show you what to do with them next. So you guys, we're going to let this dry for a second, and while I'm doing that, I want to show you some of the paintings I painted up yesterday. I had so much fun. Yesterday was a couple day, like painting pictures for couples, because I have a couple of events coming up that I want to paint some pictures for paint some pictures of couples. So I thought it would be fun. So here's some of my, I wanted to show you guys some of my paintings I did yesterday. You guys want to see, right? Yes. So here is the first guy, and I'm going to come a little close so you guys can see these closer. Okay, so here's this first one. Do you guys see that cute little couple in this magical wood with fireflies coming out of their magical love jar? That was so cute, and I love, love, love fireflies, so that was just so fun for me. Here's this one. Is that the cutest ever? This cute little penguin couple in love. I love the eyes, the goo-goo eyes they're making each other. So fun. Okay, final one from yesterday. Cute little guys in this hammock, hanging out at this lake together. Super fun. This one was popular. I put it up on my site, and everybody said, the hammock, the hammock, the hammock. Anyway, so much fun, right? Love it. These will be on my Etsy shop for you guys, and you guys request it. If you want to see something like this painted up, I can paint it for you. Let me know, and I'll paint one up for you like Bonnie did today. Let me know. Get your little brush, put a little bit of water and a little bit of white. And I'm talking a little tiny bit of white, because all you're going to do is add a little tiny highlight to each of your leaves. I did one there. You're going to add a little tiny highlight of white to your leaves, and it's going to be really watered down. I like to take my finger and kind of smoosh it as well. So just give it a little highlight on each end of your tree. That one's a little bit wet leaf still, so it grabbed a lot of that red. That's okay. Give a little bit of a watered down white highlight to each leaf. And it'll also separate the leaves, like where this one's two together. You can use that highlight to separate the two leaves, so you can tell that those are two different leaves. Okay. So here we go. A little bit of white on each of those. Watered down white color. If you wanted to, you can give your leaves a second coat of red if they're not showing. If you're, not happy with how red your leaves are, but I am totally cool with mine. I like the opaqueness of them. Okay, and if you get little white paintbrush strokes too with this highlight, that's okay. That looks cool. It'll match your background with the stroke you like stuff. Okay, just make sure every one of those gets a highlight on. And then we will do the next part. I can't believe it's Valentine's Day, getting close to Valentine's Day already. Years and days go by so fast. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's the highlight for all my leaves. Okay, and you want to get a little bit of black on your palette, mix it with a little bit of red, and you're going to get a darker red. So black goes a long way. I always say that, just get a little tiny bit. I'm going to mix the two, like take a little tiny bit of black and mix a lot more red with it. Okay, and my black's going to slowly drip into my red. I got to put this plate down before it does. Okay, I think I made it. Okay, so take that little bit of blackish red and you're going to make a little bit of a leaf stem that comes up through each leaf. Start big, and if you push your brush down, if you start tiny, touching your leaves tiny, and then you push your brush a little bit harder, it makes it go from a little tiny piece. Okay, bad word. It makes it go from a little tiny piece of leaf stem to a bigger piece. That was awful. Okay, so start down here in the middle of your leaf, go lightly, and then go thicker. Okay, that's how it works. Start lighter, and you can make them be bumpy and go a little thicker. Okay. Let's do a couple more leaves. Just start. You can. These do not have to be perfect, you guys. If you mess them up or make them go a totally different opposite way, that's okay. It's a stem and a leaf, right? And they do not have to be perfect. I just love nature. I love painting nature for that reason, because everything does not have to be perfect. Not even close to perfect. Okay. So rinse out your brush. We're going to do our cute little initials on here. So what you're going to do is just get black, plain black, and you're going to carve your initials in this tree. So however you do it, whatever you do, make it bumpy and weird, because you don't want it to be perfect either. Okay. I always like to put a little heart in there. Isn't that the cutest? Okay. This is carved in with a knife, for heaven's sakes, right? It can be bumpy and weird. So there's your heart. Put whatever initials you want in there, you know, like whatever you're thinking. You can wrap that heart around the back so you don't see the other side, or you can bring it a little bit smaller, whatever your heart desires. I'm going to put M and J because that's me and my baby, my honey bunny. He's a J. And you can just do a plus sign for that too. That's my crazy J. Anyway, M and J. You can put a little arrow on that. Whatever you want to do, it's your thing. And remember, it's just a knife cutting this out. So, you know, just really simple lines. It looks like more like a knife cutting it. Okay, also during this, while we wait for that to dry a little bit, get a little bit of that black on your brush. And you can put a smidge of little tiny black bumpies in here. Just kind of making some black texture in your tree here and there. Okay, just a little bit of some fun little ziggy zags in there to kind of, I don't know, add to it, have fun with it. Okay, with a little bit of the black, whatever you want to put some watered down black, bright black. Okay, and then I want to show you one more thing with this, and I think you're done. Okay, so let me let this dry for a second. Let me get my secret weapon out again. Okay, so it's not secret anymore, is it? Okay. You guys grab this little brush again one more time. Get some watered down black. Just get a little bit of water, a little bit of black paint, like a very little. Do you see that little tiny pile? Like it's like watery. You can't see that, can you? Ooh, look at that watery color, right? Okay, get it watered down. And then this is kind of a fun way to make a shadow, make it look like it's carved in a little bit more. Just kind of make a little bit. Oh, that's a little too black still. It's a little bit more water. Just kind of do a little bit of a shadow around the inside of your heart. It'll make it look like it's carved a little bit more. Okay, and you can even do it on the outside, wherever it would be carved out. Okay, wherever your shadow would be. If it's something that's carved in, you might want to put a shadow on the inside of it, carved out, outside. Put a little shadow behind your M. It looks like maybe it's a little bit more, you know, in the tree a little bit more than what it's not. Than it's just sitting there. Okay, last thing, and I think that's it, you guys. Look how pretty that looks. Voila, voila. You guys finished beautiful painting of this beautiful, cute little tree. Beautiful, cute, what other words can I give it? Beautiful, cute, magical, mystical, loving, whatever tree. You guys can put anything. This is the fun about this one, is you can put anything you want on this tree. Initials, letters. That's the same thing. Initials, names, dates, whatever you want. I want to show you my bad boy of this one. Bam, right? But it bam. Look a little big. Little big. This one with the words you and me on it is available for print on my shop. So if you want to look at that or print out a copy of that for you, it's available to do there. So anyway, look at, isn't that fun? Baby tree, big tree. I also wanted to show you this one too before we go. I just love showing you guys my fun things. You guys love it, right? This is another fun Valentine's one. I'm going to paint this one up tomorrow at a house party. Is that the funnest thing ever? These little guys floating on love. Love is taking me higher than I've ever been taken before. Right? Or flying on love. Anyway, you guys love to hear me sing too. That's it today, you guys. I hope that's, any questions, Bonnie? I hope it works out for you. Let me know how you guys do. If you do one, take a picture of it and show it to me in the comments. I'd love to see it. Like, subscribe, and whatever to this channel so you can see more of these each week. Bye guys. Mwah.